Good morning, family. Well, I don't know what time of the day it'll be when you see this video, but you get the drill. It's about to be a long day, but I want to talk to you guys about the whole topic of if you know, or when you know. Um, and I've been hearing this all my life, as far as like women, like when you know, like people say that because growing up, I didn't really have the marriage motto as a model to go by when it comes to relationships. So, that may not have been always been a desire of mine growing up because that's not what I actually saw. So as I got older, I wondered what's the difference from the feeling of somebody just being your girlfriend and the feeling of somebody being your wife, because I don't know how that feels. You gotta be taught how things feel. Certain people don't even know how it feels to be loved. When they do receive love, they don't know how to receive it because they don't know what it's supposed to feel like. They really don't know what it is because they may not have received that growing up. So they really don't know. And the same goes for me when it comes to marriage, but I always used to be told when you meet the right one, you will know. When you know, you know. Whatever the saying is, you get what I'm saying. Uh but that's just a blanket statement. Like that'll really like that doesn't really like explain what it is, what the feeling is. So, I've been in a few relationships and there's actually been people that I thought that this is the one, you know what I'm saying? Like, this has to be the feeling that everybody's been talking about. And come to find out it wasn't. But I guess I was at a point in my time to where maybe I was chasing what I thought the feeling was until one time I actually met the person and I'm like, okay, this is the feeling. And it's almost like a feeling that you don't have to like question if that's the feeling. It's like you already like able to reassure yourself that this got to be the feeling, right? Because it feels different than everything else. Uh, in certain relationships I've been in, like all relationships you're gonna have disagreements, and I used to get into disagreements or arguments or whatever, and I'm like, I know this ain't what God wants, right? Until I met this person, and I'm like, hey, we don't even get into it like that. Like I don't even have to question if this is what God wanted for me because I'm like, it's running too smooth. And sometimes people say, if it's too good to be true, then it's probably not true. Like whatever the saying is, right? I'm like, nah, I don't even have that thought. I don't even be like, nah, this too good to be true. It's got to be something more. Because sometimes people are like self sabotage the situation. Like that might be involved in a situation, and it could be going too good. It could be too healthy. And being that that's like a foreign feeling to them, they stray away from it and they mess it up. They self sabotage the situation. In this situation, I don't question it. We don't argue. We compliment each other. Where I'm weak, she's strong. Where she may be weak, I'm strong. It's like a perfect combination. And I tell people all the time, like certain things may not make sense in the midst of it happening, but once it happens, it's like, oh, that's why that happened. This is why I disconnected from other people because I was supposed to connect with this person. I don't I've never really like been in a position like this, but I'm now in a position to understand what people are saying as far as like when you meet the right one, you will know. And that led to another conversation I was having the other day, as far as how long it takes to know if this is the one or if you want to marry this person. If people with this, the conversation was about this lady that had left this dude that she had been with for 3 years because he didn't know if he wanted to marry her. And I went through the comments and people was basically saying like, yeah, 3 years is not enough. But I feel like you can't really put a time period on if you want to marry this person or not. But I know that it don't really. take 3 years. Like, I think within 3 years, you see every aspect of a person. You see them when they mad. You see them when they happy. You dealt with conflicts with that person. You've able to see how they handle conflict. And these are things that I feel like should determine if this is somebody you want to actually lock in with. If this is somebody that you see yourself having kids with, you see yourself merging finances with, growing together, moving together. These are all things that I feel like you should see within that 3 year period. Like, is this person clean? Does this person have logic? Is this person able to be led? If it's a woman, are you able to, take direction from somebody? Some people go against that. But I feel like if if you've been dealing with somebody for 3 years, I feel like y'all gotta have had all those seasons by now. And if you haven't gone through all those seasons by now, I feel like you might be doing something wrong. But again, all situations are different. But I don't think that it take 3 years to know if this is somebody you want to lock in with or not. I could be wrong. If you feel like I'm wrong, please comment below. Because everybody experience with relationships is different. Uh, but I'm not gonna lie. The relationship I'm in now, I factored in all of those things. And it could be the point I am in life to where I feel like I've just experienced everything else. And now you know exactly what it is that you want after experiencing everything else. And that's fair. But I feel like when I start to think about, man, can I see this person taking care of me when I get old? Can I see this person being a good mother? Can I see this person being responsible in areas that I'm irresponsible? The list goes on and on. I always question those things. Like, if I can see this person as a good fit for my life, is this person going to understand me when I'm busy? If I have to travel a lot, is this person going to be understanding on why I got to travel? If I'm not answering the phone every second of the day, is this person going to understand that I'm busy and my life requires me to sometimes not be on my phone? And I feel like she's checked all the boxes. She can cook, she cleans, she's nurturing. The list goes on. And I feel like those are all things that you should be looking at when you enter into a relationship. But I don't think that it takes 3 years to notice those things. These are all qualities that people present naturally. Yeah, and another thing too, like, you got to really realize, like, you could take 10 years to get to know somebody and still not fully know them, because I don't feel like you would ever fully get to know somebody inside and out, because there's always something about a person that it may not even the situation may not even presented itself, as far as like even getting to know that part of your parents. I don't feel like you fully know your parents inside or out. Your dad may know your mom at a level that you may not know your mom. Your mom might know your dad at a level that you may not know your dad. Your siblings might share certain things with your parents that they may not share with you, but you still feel like you know them, right? So we can't be waiting for the perfect time or to feel like we know everything about the person, because you can take 10 years to know somebody, get to marry them after 10 years because you feel like, okay, this has been enough time. And then at 11 year, y'all get a divorce because you found out something that you may not have known. So you can't really put a timestamp on the perfect time to get married, the perfect time to take it to the next step, because I don't feel like you ever fully get to know somebody. But the goal is not to fully get to know somebody and accept them for who they fully are. The goal is to just tell yourself, like, this is a person I'm locking in with, and I'm gonna stick through it with them through thick and thin. And that's why when you get married, you're supposed to tell them the other person that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a part of being married. If you find out certain things about somebody, you got to figure out how it is that you're gonna maneuver through that. If it's a trauma that person dealt with, that they hear from you all the time during y'all get to know each other stage, then it's up to you to heal with them through that trauma to make things work. It's not about leaving the person because you something pops up. You got to work these things out. But that all just comes to I feel like you would never fully get to know someone. It's friends that you was friends with since elementary school. You might be graduated college by now, full blown adult, and now y'all not friends no more. Why? Because they showed you a side of them that you may not have known. You may not have been cool with that. But you thought you fully knew that person. You thought that person was really your friend. And that brings me back to the you would never fully get to know somebody. So we can't be waiting for the perfect time because you might lose somebody good from just simply just waiting. Everybody don't feel like wasting their time. When you get a certain age, we're not getting none of this time back. So you got to be really dating intentionally when you get a certain age because it's like, dude, I don't got time to be waiting 5 to 10 years to find out if you somebody I want to marry. If you somebody that's going to be a good parent to my kids. If you somebody I really can see myself with. I'm old enough to really like recognize what it is that's in front of me while it's there. So that's just my story time for the day as far as like, as far as like relationships. And my whole outlook as far as like, is 3 years too long to know if you want to marry somebody. Me personally, I feel like it is. If you feel otherwise, just comment below. I'm open minded. I want to hear other people's opinion. But I think I'm gonna start doing more videos like this, like talking about different topics. I kind of been a little bit all over the place with my YouTube, and it's been leading to me not being consistent. But I want to start really like giving y'all more content, letting y'all know what's on my mind, hearing what's on y'all mind, and really connecting with y'all. So if you like this style of video, let me know. Put a thumbs up on the video. If you're looking forward to more videos, subscribe to the channel. We would definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back with more soon. Let's go. Win!